Hey everyone, Robert617 here with another quick tip of Minecraft animations using Blender. Today I'm going to be showing you a very useful and very powerful tip, and it's how to reuse animation, whether that's a walk animation that you spent a while on and you want to bring this walk onto another scene you've animated so you can have a character have a nice walk. Maybe you've animated some cool like fight sequence or flip or something and you want to apply it to another character in another scene. So here we have this walk, just a walk normal, and I'm getting a phone call right now. Just a second, I'm going to pause the tutorial real quick. Pretty much every day there's at least a bunch, whereas this year... Okay, I am back. I had to get on a phone call real quick. I have no idea where I was in the tutorial, but I was basically saying something about what I was going to be doing with reusing animation things. So you got your little walk, and we want to use this in another scene. So I'm going to go to a random scene, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's a random scene. Normally this would actually be, in an actual Minecraft scene with some stuff. But let's say, you have a character, you already have some animation on him, he does something, and you want to bring in that walk, so you don't have to, do the walk every time you want to use it. So, step one is to, of course, import the walk. So if I go to append, and we go into wherever we saved it, in my case I have a whole folder full of all these different things. So I'm bringing the normal, and you don't have to bring in the whole everything. All you need is actually just the armatures. So I'm just going to bring in the rig. Yours might not be called, I make sure to name all mine rig in all my little loops. You might have it called something like armature, BPS rig, not sure. Append it, and you'll see that we just brought in, oops, didn't grab it. There we go. So we got our little armature of that dude, and he's walked along. So we want to put the keyframes of this onto here. So if we go to animation, materials, I can see it. Oh, I also have the screencast keys off again. Let me turn them back on. Not that there's any weird hotkeys here, but keep it anyway. Let me turn off those lines. There we go. Anyway, so we have little motions. We want to bring this walk over. So if we click on the walking thing, go into pose mode. Again, you can either go down here to go pose mode, or you can do the control tab. And if we grab all grab all the bones. And then in the dope sheet, I usually have it set to view only selected, and then view all the hidden stuff. But once we view it all, we can see all the stuff. And then we can press A to select all these, and we just select all those. Also, sorry if you hear the fire trucks outside. Do Control C. We're going to copy them. I did Control C twice just to make sure. Do it 5 times to really make sure. And then we'll go to our other, I'm just calling the other mesh, the other character. Grab all the bones. Go to where you want the walk to start, maybe right around here, and do Control V. But you'll notice it didn't really work. And that is because by default it only pastes the keyframes if there was already something keyframed there. So there's a really quick workaround, and that is to grab all the bones, go to a time in the animation where there's no keyframes, like way over here. Actually, we can also turn off this lock thing. We can actually go back before time began, and there was the cube. We know not where it came. Anyway, press I. No, I'm sorry, over the viewport, press I, and that will keyframe something on all the bones. So now we have a keyframe on every channel. Now you can paste this, and now you'll see all these things that weren't keyframed before are now keyframed. And once you do that, now you can grab the top of the keyframe here, which selects that big stack, delete it, and now we're back to how we were, but we've added in our walk. And we'll probably want to move it over. Although when doing this, you don't want to like overlap keyframes. As you can see, we have, if I just grab this right now and put it over, you're going to start getting some weird like kind of, like right here, kind of shifts around. So normally we can see there's some keyframes here. We'll probably want to get rid of those. And then we can always redo it. But there you go. Now you've got, let me move it over a little more and actually steal that. But now you've got a little walk cycle, you brought it in, and you used it. So that's it. That's really all you need to do. It's the main trick people don't really realize is the whole grab everything, press I, it makes that big column. If you have facial expression as well, make sure you have this down. That way when you select everything and press I, it will also keyframe all the face stuff. And again, then you put the keyframes where you want them, grab the top of the column, hit delete, it'll get rid of them, it'll cut you back down to the ones you need. And that is that. Oh, let me show you one other tip. I'm going to be making an overall kind of Blender tips video eventually, but I'll explain this one now because when you do these kind of keyframe pastings, one thing that will sometimes happen is the order of these will get all kind of weird. Like right now we have the legs, then the pelvis, the root kind of is hidden down in the middle. Some little trick Thomas actually showed me, he was when I figured it out. If we select these things and use page up and page down, we can actually rearrange these. So I actually kind of have my little order. I like to have it kind of like that. You can kind of keep them a little more organized. I like my feet near the bottom, like feet tend to be. So you can kind of reorganize it however you want, and that's that. That's how to reuse animation. I do that constantly. In fact, I'll even show you this cool little thing I've been working on. This took me quite a while to put together, but I have this big scene of every single like possible thing. I have animations of people who start out standing, they start running, and then they come to a stop at the end and they do a little stop. I have ones where they start walking and they come to a stop. I have intense running, I've got slow running, I've got turns, I got people turning left 45 degrees, I got people who start out standing still, turn left and start walking. I have people who start out still, turn right 90 degrees and start running. But anyway, the whole idea is if I have all these made, if I ever have a character who just needs to turn left and I want to make it look nice and detailed, I can just use these now so I don't have to constantly do it. So again, very powerful, very useful thing to do. If you want to start doing it in your stuff, it might save you some time. So thank you for watching. Hope this helps. And that is that. So see you next video.